Election Commissioner Shri Anup Chand Pandey ji on my right side, Shri Arun Goyal ji on the left, Shri Mukesh Kumar Meena, your own Chief Electoral Officer here, Shri Nitesh Vyas, who is the Senior Deputy Election Commissioner and looks after Andhra. Friends from the media, Namaskaram to all of you. On behalf of the Election Commission of India, and through you first of all, hearty greetings and Happy New Year to all the residents of Andhra Pradesh, and also an appeal and call to very actively participate in the forthcoming elections, that is the Festival of Democracy. I welcome you all to this press conference, which is of the year 2024. Let me tell you that this is the first press conference Commission is doing in the year 2024, and we are starting our first visit for the general elections preparation of 2024 parliamentary elections and also the assembly elections in the 4 states, and our first visit is to Andhra Pradesh, and therefore it is the first time in the year 2024 and in run-up to the 2024 parliamentary elections and the state elections, we are addressing a press conference first in Andhra Pradesh. To just brief you before I come to the specifics, that a very solid set of preparation is in place for conducting the elections in 2024. The travel through the states, Andhra being the first, and meeting with all the stakeholders is to further get the information and consultation with them to know as to what more we need to do. We at the Commission and our teams in the states, each state has a CEO and the district magistrate, DOs and the entire team, will put in hard work and necessary intervention, giving India's electors and all stakeholders the best possible electoral experience, which the largest democracy of the world deserves. So we are all set to give an election in 2024 befitting to the largest democracy in the world. In a way, we are today commencing our journey of duty and resolve. Political parties are our biggest stakeholders and must become our best partners. This is what is our philosophy, this is what is our thought. We are here and will go to many other states to listen to them and facilitate them. Commission will sincerely have a consultative approach as far as all these stakeholders are concerned. At the same time, the Commission is very, very firmly committed to conduct election freely, in a fair manner, transparent manner, and inducement free. Our effort is to ensure that those who needs to be in the electoral rolls are in the electoral rolls, those who should not be in the electoral rolls are not in the electoral rolls, and having come to the electoral rolls, it is from roll to poll, so people come in large numbers to the polling, and through you, again, we request that all the voters of Andhra come and participate whenever elections takes place to the state assembly and also to the parliament. Friends, at the first instance when we came here day before, we met the national political parties and the regional political parties, which was AAP, BSP, BJP, CPIM, INC, Telugu Desam, YSR, Congress Party. So I'll first brief you as to what they asked us, so that you know, and this is the best forum to answer them, that they asked us these kind of questions, and this is what we are replying to them. So first I'll read what they asked us, and then during the presentation I'll also try and answer their questions. So their first request was that curbing of the distribution of cash to influence voters and strict enforcement for an inducement-free election. Many of them have appreciated the role of the ECI in the recently held elections, which they have watched during the year 2023. Some parties mentioned apprehensions about electoral roll updation, asked for extra vigil on removal, deletion of votes, bulk additions, electors with zero or junk addresses, asked that process for addition and deletion of entries in the electoral roll should be free and fair, and they must be involved at every stage. Parties requested for strict action against violators of electoral processes. They also asked for profiling of voters illegally. One of the parties mentioned concern regarding bulk download of EPIC of AP voters for manipulation for creating duplicates. One of the parties requested for special police observers and the deployment of the sufficient paramilitary forces. Many parties highlighted concerns regarding volunteers which are hired and requested that they should not be used in the election process as they have access to the beneficiaries and the records of the benefits flowing to them through the welfare schemes. There was a request for non-deployment of them during elections. The concern was also highlighted about the partiality of the election machinery. Some parties complained that government officials should not participate in the party functions or party programs. One of the party requested for polling station for tribals in Parvatipuram, Manayam district in vicinity of their residence, as the distances of the polling stations are little far off because of the terrain and the inaccessibility. They also asked about the availability of BLOs at polling station, and one party raised the concerns of bias of election staff and BLOs on the election duty. The few parties raised the question of voters who could be registered in Andhra and the nearby state of Telangana, and how do we stop that they do not do voting here or they do voting here by getting registered here. The one party asked for some more facilitation at the polling station when the elderly and PWD come in terms of shamianas and in terms of chair, because it will be the season where the heat will also be there. So friends, this is what broadly they asked. Before I start the details of review of our poll preparedness, and without mincing any words, let me tell you that the Commission has emphasized and have given very clear and firm directions to election machinery and the entire bureaucracy to be impartial, transparent, accessible to all stakeholders. I would repeat that very strongly. All the formations of the bureaucracy, district magistrates, SPs, IGs, excise, transport, everyone has been extremely clearly, without mincing any words, told the necessity and the democracy for them to be absolutely impartial and provide level playing field for all the parties, to maximum facilitation to the voters, to bring them to the polling stations, give them the best experience, and during the process, while they deal with political parties, provide to all candidates a level playing field. What does it entail? What does it mean, giving the thing? I will tell you now. So let me now start with the profiling of what the elections look like. The two elections will happen, assembly and parliamentary. You have total 175 seats for the assembly and 139 general, 7 STs and 29 SCs. In parliament, you have 25 constituencies, 20 being general, 1 ST and 4 SC. If you come to the general overview of the voters, total electors are 4.07. The final roll will be published on 22nd of January 2024. This is the situation as of now, and a very happy trend, which we wish is there all across the country. Female voters are more than the male voters. 2.07 crores as against 1.99 crores. So the gender ratio is positive. We have done a special focus on registering the persons with disabilities, which are 4.76 lakhs. 80 plus voters who will be given facility to vote from the comfort of their home is 5.8 lakhs. And very again happy figure that there are more than 1,174 to be precise voters who are of the age of 100 and plus. And again very interesting thing that first time voters between 18 to 19, this is where we are focusing on the youth so that they become the part of the democracy and they start coming to the polling stations, is 7.88 lakhs. This is the first time voters, which is a very healthy ratio again. Friends, coming to the focus on women, it is how it has been increasing. There are, it is increasing from 10:13 as a gender ratio to 10:36, which is an extremely healthy gender ratio. And in the 159 ACs out of 175, gender ratio is more than 1,000. This is again, it's not confined to a few assemblies, it is across the state, and again a very, very healthy sign. And interestingly, in the 18 to 19 years also, women voters are 3.5 lakhs, which is again a good ratio as compared to that. Our focus is also on the inclusive elections. First time voters in 18 to 19 years are 5.05. And as we started from last year to take the advance applications, because of the, on first of every quarter, that is the qualifying date now, there are 3.77 lakh voters who have applied in advance with us. Gender ratio in 18-19 is also on an increase from 778 to 796. Coming to the carrying forward the inclusive part of our electoral roll, there are 11 particularly vulnerable tribal groups in the state of Andhra, the total population being close to 4.29 lakhs and 18 plus population being 2.94. There is a 100% enrollment which we have attempted. Across the country, we are trying that the particularly vulnerable tribal groups which happen to be at the lowest of the human development indices are covered. They also get a full chance to participate in the democratic process, get a voice. And this is an attempt. We will make an extra attempt to bring them to the votes. Now I'll come to specifically the complaints given by the political parties. First complaint was, as I mentioned, regarding the large number of deletion of voters. So, friends, to tell you that from 6/1/22, that was the date of the final publication in the year 2022, till 30th 8/2023, there were 21 lakh deletions made. All of them have been verified, and whatever there were only 13,061 deletions which were found to be incorrect, and therefore they have been rectified. So all deletions whichever have been made, we have certificates from each DO, they have been cross-verified. So this should rest now the issue. Regarding the complaints regarding dead, shifted and duplicate voters, that again was compiled, and out of a 14.48 lakh voters, 5.65 lakh names found to be either death cases or permanently shifted, and after due verification, they have also been deleted, which is forming part of the total deletions. As regards the cases of, there was a complaint that on one house, there are many voters, more than 10. This was the complaint in Telangana also, which we received. And this is a historic legacy problem because the house numbers for some regions in the panchayat or in the municipal areas are not given. So as you call here, they are the zero numbers or the junk numbers alphabetically or some sign numbers. House to house verification were done for 1.57 lakh such houses which have these kind of zero numbers or others. 20 lakh plus electors. When the draft publication of roll was done on 27th of October this year, the number reduced to, after carrying the corrections, to 65,964. And out of this, 4.52 lakh have migrated and 26,679 are non-traceable. So therefore, the nutshell, 99% cases have been resolved wherever there are more than 10 voters. Either they have been deleted or after filling up the form, their new address has been given to them. Similarly, zero and junk, this was the voters of the houses which have 10 and more. Now, similarly about junk and zero corrector votes, there are 2.5 lakh such households where also addresses have been corrected and after filling up the forms. Next. Now after completing the ER, coming to the overview of the polling stations. The total number of PSs in the state for elections would be 46,165. Average voters would be around 870, though maximum up to 1,500 they are permissible. urban and rural backup is given. There would be webcast from these polling stations to know what is happening inside in around 70%. In each constituency, the commission is attempting that in order to give empowerment again, that booths are managed by the women or by the youth and also by the persons with disability. So there would be booths in each constituency which will be mandated. They will look something like this. Women, just the visual thing. We will make all extra efforts to make the voting experience very, very festive, if from our side. Next. Now each polling station would have minimum facilities assured. These are toilets, signages, drinking water, poll volunteers if some persons with disability or old age wants to get this facility, help desk, ramp, chairs, everything. Next. Senior citizens, and there are 5.8 lakh senior citizens, as I mentioned before. They would be allowed voting from their houses. The 5 days after the notification, they have to fill up the form 12D. Those who want to come do not want to come. Majority of them wants to come to the polling station. This is what is our experience. Because old days they get a chance to come to the polling station and meet people, and it's in their habit. So most of them wants to come. In case somebody doesn't want to come, this is the facility that they will be allowed to cast their vote from the home, and similar facility exists for the persons with disability also, who have the disability of 40% and above. Next. Friends, we want to publicize this through your medium. There is a Vigil applications. I'm coming to the technology now. Parts, how would we facilitate conduct of free and fair elections. So Vigil is an application. Citizens be vigilant. That's what is the purpose. You can make any kind of complaint to the commission. You can take a photo. You can type something. You can take a video, upload it from your system. Your identity is not revealed, and we will take the location, that is the longitude and latitude of your location right from your phone. Our team will reach maximum within 100 minutes to resolve that issue. We'll come back to you within 100 minutes. That's the guarantee through this application. What it does, nearby, whichever is the zonal magistrate or the team, it directs them towards the site from where the complaint has been lodged. Similarly, next is the voter helpline app. So if anybody wants to know where is the polling station, who is the BLO, what kind of, or the election results, they apply for anything online because the corrections and things are still available, or download the e-epic. This is the website, voter helpline. Suvidha portal, you would be very happy to know again. This is an technological intervention to again ensure the level playing field. There was a possibility that when the entitlements are asked by the candidates, say for instance the booking of a ground for conducting rallies, now they will apply on this website, on this portal, which will be timed logged in and first in, first out. Whosoever applied first will get the first. All DOs, district magistrates, have been instructed that strictly whosoever applies first for a facility will have to be given first. Not that any extraneous considerations. The next important application is Know Your Candidate, KYC. Anything you want to know about your candidate is all available on this, including the criminal background or antecedents, if any. And each candidate has to publish thrice in newspapers, portals, TV, everywhere about the criminal antecedents. This is to make the voters aware as to what kind of, whom we are choosing, what kind of criminal background he has. Then it's the choice. So it's the informed voter who takes the decision about the background one must know. So this application enables the voters to know about their candidate, including their affidavits, including their assets, liabilities, whatever they file along with the nomination form in terms of the affidavit gets uploaded here. So their picture, their criminal background, their assets, liabilities, everything is here. So know your candidate before you decide whom to vote. Now, coming to the law and order and how would we ensure that the freebie